Okay,
Oh, there it is.
there we go.
I guess we're live
Yeah,
again.
it's my bad. I was dissing AI again. It stopped
She got
working.
angry?
Yeah, but it's okay. I took a second try at it and it worked. Which
Yeah.
leads me
All
into
right.
today's topic. How was that for a
Oh,
segue? Eh?
that's pretty
Second
good.
chances, not second
Second
helpings,
chances.
not second helpings, not second rounds, not
Yeah.
sloppy seconds. We're talking second chances.
Sloppy seconds.
What? I mean,
I remember it.
if you're
I
eating
wonder
sloppy
what.
joes and it falls on the table, what are you
Yeah.
laughing at? What?
Yeah. We old bastards know exactly what you're talking about, but the young ones, I don't know. They wouldn't know.
We're
What
not
are
going
you
to
talking
tell
about?
them.
I ain't
You
gonna
got to
tell
get old to figure it out.
them.
We had to put
Yeah.
in the years to figure it out. You got to do the same thing.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
what's today's non-sponsor of the
Today
episode?
is
We give them a second chance?
I'm giving these guys a second chance
Oh,
to not sponsor us because
what's this?
really
Oh,
Hackers 4
German one.
again, that German one.
Okay, sure.
What
Oh,
what these guys have got to know is that it would not cost you guys very much at all for me to
oh.
say this is a good beer, because even when you're not sponsoring, I think it's not a bad beer. So for a couple of bucks, you could get an
Yeah.
upgrade to, God damn, what a nice beer.
That's good. And it is a good beer, right? All right.
Oh, mama. It could be magical beer.
Quiet.
I'll give them a second
Give it a
chance
second
to
chance
come. Yeah.
to come and sponsor. Okay. Now I got two of the same brewery as last time. Now the brewery, and of course we have Wise Old Bastards here, and the brewery is Four Peaks again. This is Kilt Lifter. Okay, Kilt Lifter is a amber, kind of an amber box, amber ale,
Okay.
amber ale. It's nice. 6% alcohol content. Again, made in not Mesa, Tempe, Arizona. Tempe. The place has no.
To what are they referring when they say kilt lifting? I can think of two things that both of which are slightly risque.
Exactly. We know what that means when they bend over. You know, when the Scots bend over, they show more than normal. Okay,
There's
and
that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, go ahead.
Or if you're working in your kilt and some really
Yeah.
beautiful woman walks by.
Ooh, something. You got a little pointer.
Yeah, your kilt gets lifted. I'm just.
That would lift. That would lift the kilt. Ooh, maybe
That's
that's
what I'm
it.
just saying.
I know it's still an idea of a bit of a Scottish. And I have another one to try out. Now, this one is Wow Wheat. Again, same company, but a wheat beer. And it says.
Does it say orange wheat beer?
It does say orange wheat beer. So it must have some orange in here. It's kind of, isn't it kind of like Blue Moon? Blue Moon has that. Hoegaarden doesn't have the orange. They put orange in them, but Blue Moon's.
They got the orange peel, not so much the orange juice.
But I think that's the. Let me try this wheat one because I don't really remember trying this sucker. I've had the kilt lifter before.
So you're gonna give the
I like
kilt lifter
lifting my
a second
kilt.
chance.
Yeah, we'll give him a second chance. We'll check on the Wow Wheat.
Wowee.
Tastes like breakfast. Too much orange, man. Very orangey. Beer for breakfast.
All right.
Breakfast of champions here, it looks like.
Yeah, so they're doing good work then.
They're doing something right. And
they're
what's
doing
the alcohol
God's work.
content? Yeah, 5% alcohol. That's not bad. Yeah, not bad for breakfast. A good breakfast beer.
So when you're back in Cambodia, bring some with you so that when we're having we're
doing our rounds in Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. But their beer is cheap over there. The Anchor beer and stuff. It's quite good.
Bring an orange with you. There you go.
There you go.
Combination.
Stuff it in the bottle.
All right. Well, we're doing another Wise Old Bastards today. We did one just a couple of days ago, just trying to get ahead of things, because I'm going to be possibly not available for a day or two, going to one of my friends' weddings. I think we talked about it a little bit, and it's he's an old fart like us, same kind of age as me.
He's been in Beer Hunters.
Less than 100. He's been in Beer Hunters. Yeah.
Yeah. He helped us on one of the episodes, finding finding tools or beer or something in the toolbox.
Mm-hmm. Beer in the box. What's in the
Beer in the box.
box?
Ah,
What's in the
beer in the
box?
box.
Beer in the box. That's okay. That's
Comes in
okay.
a barrel. They put wine in a box. Would they ever put beer in a box? Interesting.
Well, I know I've not. Hmm, I just realized I haven't been back to the UK. It's got to be 10 or 15 years. I used to go so often. Wow.
Yeah.
But because I used to go there, and as a wise old bastard and a cheap old bastard, it's kind of stupid. So I used to work for a big UK chain store. I ran their Far East buying operation for them. I had to go back and forth quite often to visit the high mucky mucks back home. And even though I had a travel budget, I was it was strange. I never spend. I spend money. I spend a lot of money on. I don't. I'm not afraid of spending money, but it has to be worth it to me, right?
Yeah.
So I would go back there, and they always had me booked in some little like above a pub or something, right? Because it's
Mm.
their head office was
Convenience.
big company, but outside of
It's
town,
convenience. What
not
are
in
you talking
London or
about?
something.
Go downstairs, have a bite,
Yeah,
have
it's pretty
breakfast.
good, that kind of stuff.
They usually have taverns.
But
It's
what I
good.
used to
Quite
also
good.
do is I would go to Marks and Sparks, to Marks and Spencer,
Oh,
and
Marks and Spencer.
buy, because back in the early days too, strange enough, it was almost impossible to get salt and vinegar chips in Asia. This is a long time ago,
Yeah.
and
Still
I'm
not that
addicted to those
easy.
two, right?
Yeah. They're
So
great.
when I'd go across there, I'd go get myself a couple of bags of salt and vinegar chips. It was like my big treat. And I go
Yeah.
into Marks and Spencer's, and I might as well grab a couple of beers while I'm here too, because a whole different selection of beer.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't the craft beer days, but still there were
Yeah.
more different breweries back then, and different than the ones that they had. I was based in Taiwan at the time, and they only had like
Hmm.
one beer basically in Taiwan at the time.
Really?
So anyway, I go in, and I'm looking, and I get a beer, and I'm looking, and there's the 2 liter pop bottles, Coke
Yeah.
and Pepsi come in the big
Yeah.
torpedo things, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at one,
Yeah.
and there's like beer. There's the two
Okay.
liter plastic beer bottles,
Plastic
and it
beer
was
bottle.
yeah, it was the
Hmm.
same kind of heavier than a 500 ml water bottle. It's kind of crunchy. It
Yeah.
was like a solid plastic,
Hmm.
but it was clearly, it looked just like a Coke bottle, except it had like beautiful amber liquid in it. I'm like, ooh,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
that? So I don't know if it was thick enough so that the air or oxygen
Yeah.
wouldn't pass. I don't know what it was, but this is a long time ago they had it. So kind of leading back to do they have bags of beer inside a box? And I don't know why. I don't
I'm
know
sure
why you
they tried
couldn't.
it. I'm sure they tried it. Probably it's the plastic inside doesn't work with beer. Most
Yeah, it was
likely.
like there was an oxygen
Yeah.
barrier issue. I mean, I knew a Belgian guy we were business partners in one other little business for a while, and he was trying to do uh, we talk about the abbeys all the time, right?
Yeah.
The beer in the
Yeah.
abbeys, and what he was trying to do is find a way for these very traditional beers
Yeah.
based in Belgium. So that was his main focus, but Belgium, Germany, to get these very traditional beers that were not designed to travel.
Mm. Yeah.
So they do bottle them, yes, and you can
Mm.
get them around, but they're not. They're mainly, they were born to be draft, meant to be draft. They want to be draft, right?
Okay.
So, but they couldn't travel very well. So he worked with some scientists and shit. They spent a lot of money. They raised the money, spent a lot of money coming up with like kegs of the uncarbonated beer. So
Yeah.
they would decarbonate it,
Yeah.
ship it, and had some kind of recarbonation, bibbity bobbity boo, and they were like plastic kegs, small, like 10-liter kegs or something.
Hmm.
And then, but that was like when it was not carbonated. So,
Yeah.
so it must be the carbonation that's the problem with plastic.
Yeah. So, I mean, the other thing is, are bitters carbonated? I don't think so. Naturally, maybe, but not artificially. I thought. I remember they pump it out, right? It's not really, it's not carbonated one. So maybe with bitters might work.
Ach, I bet you there's some Scots that have gone and brought themselves a baggie of beer home.
I think so.
I bet you.
A little
It's
straw, like they do in
little straw.
on the bicycles.
So
That's true. That's true.
for those of you who don't recognize that reference, in much of Asia, probably much of Africa, I bet you much of the world,
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
you go to the little like convenience stores that are like 10 square feet, and they got they're tiny little shacks mostly, right?
Yeah.
And if you could buy yourself like a bottle of pop or soda, they'll open it and they pour it into this in like a baggie,
Plastic bag.
like a zip,
Yeah.
a little plastic bag, and they keep the bottle so you don't have to bring it back for
Yeah.
deposits. And they just put a straw in it, a little bit of string
Tie
around
it
it,
up.
and there's got like a bag of soda with it.
There you go.
First time you get one of those is like, the
Yeah.
fuck? But you get
Do
used
that
to it
with
pretty
tea
fast, and
and
it's like,
coffee, everything,
yeah,
Tectonic,
yeah,
everything. Just shake it up. Yeah.
yeah, it's true. Take the Rick, it's
But
hotter than shit. It's like,
true. So we're going to a wedding soon, or a wedding and a celebration before the wedding. I guess like a bachelor's party or something like that. I think our friend, I don't know, can we say the name on air? I don't think he gives a shit. We're not followed
Mr.
by
Glenn? No, we
Glenn.
can't say his
Yeah.
name.
Oh shit. We won't tell Glenn the name on it now.
No,
Yeah.
no one needs to know it's Glenn. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it was
Nobody
Glenn.
cares whether it's Glenn or not. But yeah, so I'm gonna try. We'll see if I don't get too drunk and forget, or if we don't have technical issues. I'm gonna try and do at least a little bit of Beer Hunting International, because
Yep.
I did the reconnoitering a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago. So we've narrowed it down to the bars we want to go to, and we've narrowed it down based on the interestingness of the bar.
Yep.
Not the trendiness of it, not
Yeah.
what the beer selection is, just like interesting, fun places, which is what you should do when you're going to a bar,
course.
right? So
Yep.
some of them I don't think will translate that well on camera. Why it feels good. Like one, we're gonna start like downtown at like an old British pub.
Okay.
It's in a hotel from the 1930s, and it's the
Okay.
old 30 or 40, 50, 100-foot long mahogany bar and everything.
Oh, that's good.
And when you're in there, it just feels like it feels good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we can get that across on camera without an actual
Well,
camera crew how it feels.
yeah, you have to
But
get one guy on one side of the bar and the others on the other side. Slide a beer across.
well, yeah,
There you go.
that one though, it's like they're a little stuffy, so we're just starting there for the evening.
Oh.
It doesn't seem like the kind of place where you could take over and start playing shuffleboard on the
on the bar.
on there. I mean, remember I mentioned that they've got like 40 different frou-frou beers up there now. Watermelon, orange time with blueberry, puree, whatever fucking things up there, right? So, and hipster bartender with the man bun and the whole bit. So that, But we try, we see.
Okay, see what's gonna.
But some of the other bars we're going to hit up are just like, fun. I think I don't. Again, they're it's dark and dingy. So I don't know how well it'll come across, but so we're going to go do that. But it's interesting. This is like, so it's Glenn. It's his second wedding, second marriage.
Second marriage, yeah.
And it was so funny. It was so funny when we were doing like the wedding planning.
Yep.
So he's across in the Victoria area, so a different island, right? So I have to take a ferry to get there. So I went a couple of times for the wedding planning, and you're sitting around, and so the bridesmaid and friends are there planning, and all of their significant others, husbands are there, and while you're doing the planning and they're talking it through, and it was funny. The only two people there that had not been married before, were actually the bride. It's her first
she's
wedding.
Never been married? Is it?
She's got kids. She's had the long-term relationship, but just never got married. So it'll be for her first.
Never did the paperwork.
So her first actual marriage, but not her first go-around. Right?
Okay.
That left only me. So I'm the only one there who's married one time and still with the same person all this time. And as they're talking through, they're making jokes about it all the time. About how it's like, we all know because we've all tried. And there's it. I'm like, not me. I didn't try. What did I miss? What's going on? Tell me more. What's happening?
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. I'm on number 2.
So everyone's saying like, you do it. First one's practice, and I say, well, man, my next one's gonna be fantastic because I've been practicing for like 35 years now. So I'm getting good at it.
But that's interesting. That out of all the people there, the whole thing was all second go around, second chance.
Yes, everybody.
Oh,
Kind of. I didn't, I don't really care that much about people's situation like that,
no, of
but I
course.
never really thought about it.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
when they did, like, I hear that, oh, today, if you're getting married today, your chances of a divorce are like 50% or more than
I
50% or
think it's
something.
over. I think it's more like 60-ish plus, somewhere about that. It's over 50. There's no doubt
So
about that.
why do
It's over
people
50.
still why do they why bother?
Why again the second time?
The second time, and even
Again.
the first time, like both of my kids recently got
Yeah.
married, and I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not old fashioned, so I said to both of them, just like, yeah, you can get married, but you elope or don't get married. It's like you've been living together for years anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
what's the
Mm.
and most people nowadays don't change their name. Like the woman doesn't change her name most of the time anymore anyway.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean,
Mm.
what's the what really changed for her? Now, in Glenn and
That's a
Chrissy's
good point.
case, they're
Yeah.
she's changing her name. She's quite excited to. She's really
Okay.
into that. But for most people, it's not. So it's like I don't really get. I don't get it.
Yeah. Okay. People that are watching this, comment on this. I really don't understand either. I have no understanding that if a woman traditionally will change your name to be part of the family, right? You're in a new family. So you change your last name to be, usually you keep your old last name, but it becomes your middle name. So it's your first name, then your family name is your middle, and then you add on the your husband's name, family name. So you're joining the new family. But just not even doing that. I mean, just keeping your own name and just say, well, I'm still, Gilda Radner. I'm not changing it to Gilda Johansson or
DeVito.
whatever. DeVito. That's another one. But yeah, Danny DeVito's one. That's not Gilda. I can't remember her
No.
name now. No, Gilda was a different one. But yeah. She was on Cheers, right? The waitress on Cheers. Anyway, the I just don't understand that. I mean, maybe if you're so rich or so personality that you don't want to do that, fine. But normally, traditionally, you do physically join
Yeah,
a
but
family.
yes and no. But I mean, like in Asia for Chinese, no, still have your name. Nothing
Yeah.
changes. Well, my wife is
Mm.
Chinese, so
Mm.
didn't change her name, but everybody when we go anywhere here,
Yeah.
the banks and everyone refers to her for
Mm.
using my family name,
Yeah.
but on the paperwork it's nowhere, nothing.
Really?
We haven't even put it in the bank, so it's just they kind of say it, but
Mm.
it's like
It's interesting. Yeah, no, that's right. Some of the Asian ones, they don't change either. That's correct. So it is based on culture, but for most of Western cultures, I believe, the
well, just like I
English.
mean now, like my daughter got married, she's kept her family name. They
Mm.
just had a baby. The baby's got the I guess the hyphenated name,
Okay.
my family name, and then her husband's family,
Yeah.
her family, and then so
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
name one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a long
My
name. Poor kid.
daughter-in-law did not change. No, didn't change her name.
Yeah. No, I don't understand it. So please, anybody in the comments, give us your opinions. What do you think? Is it good or
I think,
bad?
especially though nowadays, if we're saying 50-60% chance of divorce, why would you change your name? It's just like more
That's a good
hassle. You got to
point.
go through and change it all back.
Very good. That's a very different point. That's correct. So logically now it makes more sense. But then that means you don't seem to have that commitment at the beginning, right? The commitment maybe feel less because I'm going to marry you until we're tired of each other, and then we're going to go back and split up anyway. So again, why do you need the paperwork? I mean, that's like Glenn's wife to be, kids, everything, but no physical paperwork. Is that easier? Is that a smarter idea to not do the paperwork? Is the
Mm.
laws, certain laws have like common law marriage anyway, right? So even
Yeah,
if you're living together and all that,
you can't
no
escape.
matter what, you can't escape it maybe, but there are ways to do it, and certain depends on the legal systems. If you keep everything separate, you keep separate accounts, you keep separate payments for
how
things like
deep the
housing
hole
and
is, how
stuff.
good your shovel is. So
Yeah,
these
something like
things all
that.
these things all come
Yeah,
into play.
but yeah, I mean, second chances are interesting. But it always seems like the celebrities do three or four. Normally, I always read they're like third or fourth marriages or something. It's like, dude, freaking think you'd learn by now, at least after the second one, you know? Keep making the same mistakes, hoping
But I
for a
mean,
different
it's
outcome.
I think second chances are just about necessary. I mean,
Hmm.
think of anything in life. What are the chances that you get something right the first time?
Hey,
Anything.
we're wise old bastards. Of course not. It
Yeah.
took us a hell of a long time to figure out that.
Right. I mean, anything from like driving, first time you drive, when you hit that moose and then you had to go bury it because of just, th- there
Yeah.
there are reasons why you should have a second chance, right?
Did the moose have a second chance?
Yeah,
And
well,
it should have been a second course,
second
not a second
some
chance, second
lingonberries.
course.
Ooh,
There
nice.
you
Yeah.
go. Sometimes steak, sometimes in burgers.
But I mean, you have other on the other hand, you've got some things where you should and you must plan out how to not have a second chance, not need a second chance, like
Hmm.
flying. You want to make sure that the guy or the gal flying the airplane
Yeah.
doesn't need a second chance.
Hmm.
But I guess you get that by having your second chance during your training and your simulation flights and stuff. Crash
Hmm.
a few times. Oops.
Yeah.
I guess don't hit that button. I know that now. you know.
Yeah,
So I
that's
guess
true.
you even there you need the second chance to not have to use that in real life.
Yeah. I mean, you have to practice all the failures of the airplane too. You know, what happened if the engine goes and falls out? What happens if your wing explodes? What happens if you get a rocket through your wings, or or
Also, they're planning on having
yeah,
creating a second chance if something goes
creating.
wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it
How
goes back. There
to
you go. So you need a second chance. Second chances should be standard acceptable,
mostly
right?
for most times. Yeah, most things
Well, what
are
about like
should
for
be.
axe murderers? I mean, give them
Yeah,
a second chance. The
there you
first,
get in the gray area. I missed you the first time. I'll get you the second
yeah,
time.
I'll give you a second chance. Yo, hey Johnny, come back. You missed me the first time, dude. Oh fuck. Okay, all
uh,
right, man.
some of those I normally get three strikes you're out, but sometimes one strike you're gone. You know, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's up to society to decide that. I mean, when should you get second chances and stuff when it's you're committing crimes against or really serious crimes against you know your public or your other people and stuff. But in general parts of life, right? Normally you have second chances, third chances sometimes, uh, but do they work out? That's the issue. Does the second chance work out? I mean, one of the things, okay, Glenn and stuff, and us, okay, if you remarry when you're older like this, okay, chances are probably make you might make it till the end of the what do you call it, till death do you part anyway, right? Issue, because you're closer to that part of your life, right, versus you when you're 20 years old. So and you're supposed to be a bit wiser at that point in your time, supposed to be a bit mellower and stuff, but you never know.
I mean,
You
I
never
am
know.
curious though. I mean, I guess once we're out drinking next week, maybe I'll ask him to make a speech and tell us all
Yeah,
about it.
there
Like,
you go.
it's like why now? Like
Mm,
they get along great. They're perfect together. They're the perfect
yeah.
match. But they
So
travel together. They golf. It's like it works. It's great.
yeah,
But they're not planning on having new kids.
no.
So I don't really get what the marriage part of it means now. Like you said, you're a little older. It's like, how many years you got left? Only about 60 or
Mm,
70 to go. Not that many,
yeah.
right?
Is it just a tax discount? Is it tax
No,
favorable
I don't
taxes?
think that there's no real favor. There's no savings in that because if you
Okay.
file your taxes together,
Mm,
it's no. The
okay.
tax credits and shit are for younger people, like your
Okay.
education savings plan or tax free, and there's child care, all that kind of kid stuff, because we need more kids, right? So we're
Mm.
trying to help with that. But it's like,
Okay.
I'm
What about
thinking. Mhm.
religious issues? Typically, it could be a bit religious, saying, "Hey, we know we should be a bit more follow the religious path of monogamy, and you can be monogamous without it, but having the official wife thing or husband."
I guess, I mean, in general, yes, that could be a thing. In this particular case, I'm not saying that it's not, but they're not like serious church going, try to convert you at breakfast kind of people. So I don't think that's a
Hmm.
big issue.
Hmm. So I
I
think
mean,
it'd be
mhm.
something to find out from Glenn. What's his viewpoint and his wife? The actual reason why they want to do a second chance on getting married. It'd be
Yeah, I
interesting
mean,
what he thinks from the horse's mouth.
we don't want people to look at it as like
No.
it's funny, but no, everyone is the same situation. No, I say, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm going to embarrass the shit out of him and ask him at the wedding.
Not the wedding. No,
At
no,
the
no.
wedding. No,
No,
no, no.
do it over the beer. The night
Before the
before.
wedding. Wait, no. Then
Before
if
the
he
wedding.
changes his mind, I'm in trouble. No. Maybe I should just
Get
shut the
drunk
fuck
enough,
up.
just throw them up in there.
I should just shut the fuck up. Is what I should do. That's safer.
So, speaking of second chances, you work in a record store. Most
Yeah.
of your records, or a large portion of your records, are used,
Hmm.
right? So, how many people prefer used records over new records in terms of the classics, in terms of the price, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got collectors and you've
Yeah.
got listeners, which are
Hmm.
two slightly different animals, right?
Yeah.
So for a serious collector, the original pressing is always the holy grail.
Yeah.
So whether it's been repressed 10,000 times or only ever pressed the once and it was a turkey no one bought, either way,
Mm.
the holy grail is to get the original, the first pressing.
Mm.
Most people don't care enough to pay a really big premium because sometimes that costs a lot difference, right?
Yeah.
So if someone comes in, I've got, say, I can have two Led Zeppelin albums that look the same, right? One of them is like, oh, I can have three. I can have a brand new pressing and it's like $40. They just made it last week. And then
Mm.
I have one that's like $40 and it was made like 10 years ago. And I've got one that's like $100. It was made 20 years ago. And I've got one that's like $500. It was made like 35 years ago. And it's all the same album, the same sound, same blah, 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 blah. And it's like, for collectors, that's important. I tell you, it drives me fucking nuts on some of them, like Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd,
Yeah,
Dark
yeah,
Side of
yeah.
the Moon,
Had
or the
that, I had the
Beatles.
album.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
of course.
everybody did. And
Yeah,
Beatles, the White Album, just the
yeah,
Beatles, and everyone calls it the
yeah.
White Album. Those two make me crazy. Each one of those has more than 1,000 different pressings.
Oh, wow.
And the vast majority of it, it doesn't matter. It's going to be
Yeah.
30, $35 for 950 of those different pressings.
Uh,
But some of them are massively different.
hmm.
And it drives me crazy because when it comes in, it's like, oh shit, now I kind of got to check it because I got to be fair to whoever's coming in. I got to check it. Is it one of these rare ones I'm going to charge more for? So I'll pay you
Hmm.
more. But for the most part, I don't even check it. If the person is not really caring, I'm not really caring. I'm just,
Hmm.
okay, it's $30 and I sell it for $30, and it might well be a $500 record, but you can't check every single one
How do you
down
check it?
to the, well, okay, on
Does,
your
does it say
record.
so? Hmm.
No, that's the worst. So you get a record, remember the square old
Yeah,
cardboard
yeah, yeah.
jacket, right?
Mhm.
And on there it's got a catalog number. Okay, well, that
Okay.
catalog number, for the most part, doesn't change. Sometimes there's a little difference, but usually it'd be the same number. So
Hmm.
you're like, oh shit, okay, well, I know it's Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon because it's that number.
Yeah.
But which one of the 1,000 pressings is it, right? It doesn't say on the cover,
Mm.
unless in like if it's a new pressing coming out like today, there'll be a
Mm.
hype sticker. Say, oh,
Okay.
2025 50th anniversary repressing or something like that. But otherwise, you can't tell by looking at it. So you got to take out
Mm.
the record. And on the record itself, on the label, sometimes there's a little bit more information, so you can dig through that. But in what they call the dead wax, so
Oh,
you got your round record, right?
yeah.
And you all get your groove, and you got a little hole in the middle. And
Yeah.
when you're done that whole groove, there's usually like a half inch or an inch of
Yeah.
flat wax, right?
Okay.
That's called the dead wax. It's dead because there's no groove, there's no music in there.
Yeah.
And etched in there is a lot of information on the pressing. That's where you can figure out the pressing, the plant, which factory, which
Oh,
date,
wow.
which remastering, which, because there are even some people will chase, there's famous sound engineers where it'll be like, oh, Buddy redid this one. I want that one. I'll pay more for that.
Oh, wow.
Who's the band? I don't care if Buddy did it. I know Buddy's great, so
Oh,
I
wow.
want that. So you're like, fuck me, and it's like, so you're looking at him, and even then it's like, okay, now I looked at all the information. That's narrowed it down to the 26th that it could be. So one of these 26 ones. Fuck. Then you got to go look for the information. Well, okay, on this particular one, on the back of the cover, when it said London, England, this one had a
Mhm.
London period England. This one had a London comma period. So they're two different pressings. You go, oh, fuck.
Wow. Complex, man.
It can be. So, and after you do all that, at the end of the day, you usually
Mhm.
figure, oh, so this one, instead of being $30, this is a $32 one, and I just spent like 4 hours. Like,
No, no.
but sometime it works out. People are interested. Just yesterday, I had a guy come in the store, and he spent 45 minutes telling me in a way that he didn't realize was quite insulting, but he was trying to say very nice things. He found a record he's been looking for more than 20 years, and I had it.
Wow. Really?
It was a 12-inch single. It was an
Oh.
electronic record,
Mhm.
heavy electronic from the early 80s. It was like a $200 Canadian record, so 130, 150 US, right, for this
Yeah.
record. And the guy came in, he's been looking for 20 years. He said, I can't fucking believe that I found it in White Rock. I'm going, yeah. I mean, White Rock. What's this doing in White Rock? That's the name of the town that I'm in, or what
Yeah.
the area I'm in,
Yeah.
right? White Rock. I said, yeah, you found it in White Rock. Yes, we're out in the suburbs. Yeah. He said, but no, I mean, but in White Rock. I said, for fuck's sake, man. I got lots of good shit in here. What are you talking about? So no. I mean, like, I can't believe even in Vancouver, we're a suburb of Vancouver, right? So it's like, oh, I can't believe you even found it in Vancouver. I've been looking for 20 years. I can't believe that it was even in Canada. Like maybe in Toronto, maybe, but even then, I can't believe it would even be there. So I can't believe you got it in White Rock. I'm like, okay, buddy. Yeah, I got it in White. I got some other good stuff here too, you know.
It would have been funny if that you found it at that little old lady's, the hoarder lady place.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious, man.
Oh,
You could
yeah,
charge
that would have been
$10,000
shit.
from that holder.
Now I got to go back.
You gotta go back now.
Go look for more stuff. No.
Give him a second chance. Well, hoarding's a second chance, or third, or fourth, or fifth. The lady you talked about.
Well,
The
you know,
hoarding
and
lady.
it's funny when people bring stuff in, or when I sell to people, I have to be careful what I say and how I say it, because I don't want to insult people. I just don't like
Why?
insulting
We're
people.
bastards. That's our job.
I don't. Yeah. No, I don't like
Not in the
insulting
store,
people.
maybe, but on this place.
Yeah. No, I don't like it. I love it.
Yeah,
You can see from the halo I've got here that no, it's like, why would I
You see
insult
that?
anybody? But yeah, the difference between, so like when I tell people that story about this woman, right? Because a lot of my collectors, they love that kind of story. It's interesting to them. It's the kind of stuff that they want to hear about. But I have to be really careful because a few of my customers are kind of like that. So if I start telling the story about that and everything, and they start to realize that, wait a minute, should I really be buying records anymore? So yeah, yes, you
Yeah.
should. Yes. If you're listening, you should. Yes. But
Oh,
collect,
man.
don't hoard.
Yep.
I mean, the
Sure.
difference. So a collector will have a couple of copies, usually of a record they like. They'll have like one that they'll play, and then one that's in better shape that they don't touch. They want to keep it in good shape. They might have two, might have three. But if you
Well,
look at your collection and you've got like 10 or 15 of the same album, and most of them are
yeah.
scratchy and not even playable, you've blown
Yeah.
right past collector into hoarder
Yeah.
territory.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for
I
sure.
mean, giving products a second chance it's a good, like, environmentally and economically.
Yeah.
Circular economy is a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't think
Sure.
anybody really would argue that it's better to use something than to throw it away if you can, right? Makes
Mm.
sense. But it gets to a point. It gets to a point
Yeah.
where you got your second, third, 569th chance. It's like, okay, it's done.
Yeah. Okay. That brings up a point I watched on YouTube, so it's got to be true. It's that China is running out of garbage. Interesting, huh? So the way it goes is basically certain cities have been burning garbage for to generate electricity. So they have a system where they can actually efficiently burn the garbage to generate more electricity than the energy to burn the garbage. And it's filtered and stuff, so pretty fairly clean, I understand. And Hawaii does that too. They burn a lot of garbage because an island in the middle of nowhere, you just can't dump it out, and everything flows back to
What
shore
you talking
like
about? You
in
got a
Bali.
big ass ocean there. You got lots of places to
Yeah,
put your
but
stuff.
it'll just come right back to the shore. You don't want that in beautiful Hawaii. No, no. And if you ever been down to Bali, it used to do that. It used to all the shit's coming out, and then some parts it's all coming back into the beach. And that's pretty nasty. I've been down there once, and it was bad. It was not a good idea. So, but China, they're burning so much fuel, so much garbage that they keep running out of garbage. So they have to buy garbage to bring in to keep the plants going because they don't have enough garbage being generated by the local population. That was interesting. I was like they were paying like
Well,
$7 a ton, seven
as
US
I
a
say,
ton
yes
for
and no.
garbage.
It's
Yeah,
something. Well, I mean, my daughter's in
second
that
chance.
industry, in
Yeah, that's
the
true.
recycling and trash industry.
Mm-hmm.
And China and a bunch of countries not too long ago shut down bringing in trash, right?
Mm.
Because it was actually uh, Western society was kind of abusing the system
True,
and
true.
then dissing them. So it'd be like,
Yeah,
hey, okay, we're shipping all of our shit across to you guys, okay? Because we
yeah.
don't want to deal with it here, right?
Mm.
You're gonna recycle it, maybe? Yeah, sure, fine, thanks. Yeah, recycle, sure. And then when it gets over there, we all say, look at those fuckers, man. Look at all the mountains of trash. They're burning it. They're
Mm-hmm.
throwing it in the rivers. It's like they're putting
Yeah.
pollution in the air. Them fucking evil Chinese guys. Fuck you. And they're like, fuck us. Hang on a second. No, I have a better idea. Fuck you. We're not taking your shit no more. You deal with it now.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, industries here were in turmoil.
Mm.
So, I mean, you like recycling plastic places, all of a sudden you had like a 1 acre site just as a staging area, right? To put it in containers and
Mm.
ship it off. All of a sudden, like, holy fuck, you need like 500 acre. And then it's like plastic
Mountains of
blown. It's
garbage.
like, it
Yeah.
looks just like all those videos you see of China and Africa. It's like, it looks definitely
Yeah.
third world with shit. And like,
Yeah. Philippines. Yeah.
Mr. China, Mr. Malaysia, somebody please take it again. And they're like, give you a second chance? I don't know.
Well, I mean, India Ocean, I understand, is like a floating trash dump over there too. Part of it is like a couple kilometers of floating trash all over the place. So, I mean, America, I think, not America, I mean, the world has to learn how to clean up its own act and recycle better, or at least break it down, put it in landfills, burn it, generate electricity, some ways of handling garbage much better
Well,
than
that's
we are
why, like,
doing
for me,
now.
this is weird coming to second chances or whatever. I don't know how it fits in there, but
Yeah.
I, I I get it when people have different views on politics, the environment, climate
Yeah.
change, all of that. I get it. Everyone's got a different view. But when it comes to pollution, I have a harder time understanding how people are on opposite ends of that. And like
Mm.
we've just gone through the whole plastics, mm, I guess whatever UN or something sponsored the plastic treaties we're trying to sort out to try and reduce the amount of plastic that's made and increase the amount that's recycled. And to do that, I mean, there's something like 26,000 different chemicals used in making plastic. Everyone's got their own secret sauce or secret formula,
Yeah.
which is great competitively, right? You don't know what I'm doing in my plastic bag. Haha, it's my secret. But it also means that now you need 26,000 different ways to recycle it.
Mm.
So they're trying to say, well, why don't we just, okay, here are the 10 main chemicals you really need to make plastic useful. Let's
Yeah.
everybody use those same chemicals so then we can go and the recycling industry can actually handle everything that we're building. But
Mm.
no, the whole thing is fucking shut down. It's like, nope, fuck you. I would much rather create trash than solve this problem. And
Sure.
it's like I don't
That's
totally
it.
get that. There's
No.
obviously more nuance than that, but it's like,
Yeah.
you have to be
I
a particular grumpy old man to say, I want to throw my trash in the fucking ocean. I don't want to
no.
fucking, like, what?
Yeah. I mean, in Asia, mostly they just dump it in the drains, which are all open, and it just washes out into the streams and the rivers and goes out into the ocean eventually. So, it's really, really bad. And when we were younger, of course, I mean, recycling was more reusable, second chance. Beer bottles, we keep talking about that. Beer bottles, milk bottles, uh, tin cans, big cans and stuff. All that stuff we used to be recycled. And now it's just too costly to recycle stuff, it seems to
Well,
be.
there you go. This is what really throws me off. So when I was living in KL, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia,
Mm-hmm.
so a bunch of different places, but the last place that I lived was a luxury condo tower, right?
Mm.
Swimming pool. It was a beautiful
Yeah, yeah,
place. You
yeah.
still have a unit in there, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm there, and a couple of different things. I'm conflating these all together. So we had within our building, it was
Yeah.
brilliant because we had like so many Bangladeshi workers mainly. I don't know where they're from nowadays, but it was
Yeah.
mostly import workers.
Yeah.
So when we would throw our recycling, it would go into a big recycling bin downstairs. They call it
Yeah.
single stream, which means
Yeah.
all of your recyclable stuff goes into one big pot,
Yeah.
and someone else deals with the shitty mess of sorting it out.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of bad. We're like taking our problem and making someone else's problem. Because otherwise, you have to have like 18 different recycling things in your
Yeah, of
house.
course.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so we would do that, and then the Bangladeshis would dig through and they would pick out anything of value, then sort it, and kind of take care of it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm looking, and that's the cost of labor in Asia is such
Yeah.
that was workable, right?
Yeah.
The material that they get is worth almost nothing, but it was still enough to be worthwhile for them to do it, right?
Right.
So, in a place like that, you would think that our old Western style of the milk bottles and pop bottles and beer bottles be
Mm.
recollected and refilled would be much, much, much easier to do.
Yeah.
You can
True.
have armies of people at a reasonable amount of money they're getting paid. They have a decent living from doing it, and they can. There's no reason that you need to have that much waste. And yet,
True.
from this luxury tower, you don't see this very much in Canada or in most parts of the States. So you see it on TV. But I was there. I look out my window, and here's this luxury. I mean, like, beautiful fucking building, right? And you look
Yeah.
right outside, right next door. Now it's probably gone. It's probably another tower. But at the time, you look straight
Yeah.
down,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was. I was in the first world, way up there in the 30-something floor,
Yeah.
and the third world was down there.
Yeah.
And right down there was like
Kampong.
a little old village, Kampong, and
Yep.
you look down, and it's like the amount of trash, plastic, just it was just like unfucking believable. Like
Mm.
you had to wade through knee deep
By
plastic
that, but
bags
yeah.
to get
There's a
to
lot of stuff.
the front door of this guy's house. And it's like,
Yeah.
and as part of that was, stuff just coming down the drains. Part of it, they're just throwing out the window too. And it's like,
Mm.
Okay, why does that have to be when? And at the same time, so Malaysia was earlier than Canada. I think earlier than the States even. In like what now we got the skip the dishes and Uber Eats and all that kind of crap, right?
Yeah.
So they used to have like something called room service.
Mm.
Was a company
Okay.
they had where you order from a bunch of different restaurants and
Mm.
guys on motorbikes would go pick it up and bring it to you so
Yeah.
fast, right? That's a long time ago they started doing that. So you got that kind of service. You got all of the I mean, the infrastructure is already there. So I don't quite get why the will is not there to say, okay, hey, fuck all this plastic shit, man. We're just everything can be done in recyclable, like returnable, delivered to
A
you
lot
and we
more.
pick it up.
Mm. Yeah, a lot more
Like not
stuff can be
everything, but
done
like
that
a
way.
lot can, right? But
Yeah, at
it's
least a
not.
certain much higher percentage is correct.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. I mean, when I was in Bangsar Heights, and I was the chairman of the committee there, and the ladies that were cleaning and doing cleaning the place and whatever, you know, they would do the same thing. They would sort the stuff. Mostly, they think they were from Indonesia. And they would sort it, no problem. We didn't care. I said, I don't care if you resort it, but you should be doing it on your time, not during the time if you're doing your own collecting and not cleaning the place like you're supposed to. No, you have to clean first. Then when you're done cleaning and everything, then you can go sort and get a little bit extra money. No problem. But you got the priority was we're hiring you to clean first, not to sort garbage. That was not
Yeah,
your
but
main job.
even
But
so, with the kind of
yeah,
cost
yeah,
in Asia, in many places of the world, a building like that could
mm,
afford. Okay, we're gonna have a crew of 4, 5, 6 people that will pay them to do that, to
mm.
sort all of our trash and shit, and just
Yeah, but
or
it doesn't
but if
go
you didn't
back to
have
the
the
condo. It just goes back to the people there. So we don't mind them
well,
making extra money. That's cool. But as a
right,
condo,
right. But
you
I
say,
mean,
oh, you
just
got to clean.
imagine this. Here's a challenge for somebody who's younger, has more energy. Pick somewhere high density like that in a
Hmm.
country, not in Canada or the States where the costs just don't work. Just do some
Yeah.
pilot projects in somewhere that's fairly developed, like pick a Thailand or a Malaysia or somewhere like that, where you got high density and you've got some like lots of money, but lots of people still not making tons of money, and start saying, well, fuck, okay, here for this building, let's get everybody signed on to let's find a local dairy that'll do the milk in the bottles and deliver, and we'll have our crew of 2 or 3 people downstairs that when you're done, bring your bottles and shit downstairs, or I'll leave it at your door. They'll take it down there for you, and like that, and like how
Yeah.
much waste could you actually deal with if
Hmm.
I mean, it would take a lot of work. You would have to get the suppliers involved. You have to have a
Hmm.
little crew. You'd have to have everybody in your building on board. But I mean, it's not rocket science.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. It's
Yeah.
saving
I
the
mean,
planet
it's.
science.
I mean, it helps. The idea is that when we grew up, it was just automatic, right? It's just the way the system was. Now everything has changed because they want to make it more convenient, which is fine. But at the same time, can you make a better system of recycling convenient, right? It's usually recycling is a great idea, but it's a pain in the ass.
Well, here,
It costs
perfect
money. That's the whole
example.
thing.
Perfect example. So
Yeah,
you all know that I just moved. I just downsized from I
yeah,
was in a big townhouse, 4,000 square foot, nice place, fancy, blah, 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 blah. And we had there every week. So we hired a separate trash company to come in. Not even we're paying our taxes so we could get the local government trash guys, but for some reason we had a whole different company would come in. But we had more recycling and organics and garbage and a little bit of separation. They pick all this stuff up. And it was from my house. The cans were inside the garage. Can't have them outside because it's a HOA community. But okay, so your garage got a little bit of a hum sometime, but it was okay. It all worked. And my daughter's in the industry.
yeah.
I have a bit of an FSC background, the forestry, saving the fucking planet background. We all care. We're family
Yeah.
that actually cared and tried to make a difference, do stuff. I moved now into a condo. It's not a super high end place. I don't have 25 Bangladeshis downstairs doing stuff for me. So we have a trash room, right?
Hmm.
Since we moved into this place, I'm sorry, universe, planet, world, people, everybody, I am evil. I'm evil. You go into that trash room, it smells so fucking fierce. Tears in
Yeah.
your eyes as you open the door.
Oh,
So you go in there, like they do have the recycling bins, and they have the organic bin, and then they have a compactor for general trash.
yeah.
You can't stand in that fucking room. So
Really?
nobody does it properly. Everybody takes a
Yeah.
deep breath, takes their shit, and runs straight to the compactor, throws fucking everything in there, and it's gone. And you go out, and everyone's outside gasping in the parking lot trying to get some air back. It's just not done right.
There you
It's
go.
just not
That's
done
true.
right. I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know ventilation. It's
Yeah.
just not right, not convenient. So it's
Mm.
not convenient. So I went from being part of the solution to I'm definitely not part of the problem. It's like
Yeah.
fuck it, man.
Well, I think you remember sometimes that, like you talked about earlier about recycling and stuff, that even though you have the intent of putting it in the right bin, it, this bin and that bin are two different things. One's recycling, but it goes to the same plant because it can't be recycled or something, and it all goes
Yeah,
through the same
so
system
much
anyway.
like we're saying with the
Yeah.
plastics, right?
Yeah.
Plastics, only 9% of plastics are collected for recycling, and out
Yeah.
of that, a lot of it's not recycled because you throw it in the bin. Like I said, we're just making it someone else's problem, right? Out of
Yeah.
sight, out of mind. There's a mountain goes into a stinky fucking building, and someone else has to dig through and sort it. And because there are these 26,000 different chemicals, they can't
You can't
recycle.
recycle it. You can't
So
do a
much of it
second.
can't be.
You can't do. But you should be able to burn it. You should be able to generate
Yeah,
electricity.
but I tell you, if you actually talk to anyone in the
Yeah.
industry, they have a reverse pyramid. You
Mm.
got your food pyramid,
Yeah.
and so it's a reverse pyramid. And the very worst thing you can do, besides throwing it in the ocean, is burn it for energy, waste of energy. That's like the cop out that people use. They say, "Oh, well, we're burning it," and it's like that. But there are many reasons why that's not the right way.
Mm.
But I mean, a big chunk of that is it disincentivizes you from coming up with a proper solution, right? So you could
Yeah, but
recycle
still.
this, you could do this, you could change your systems, you could da da da. But it's that fuck it, just burn
Yeah.
it all, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there are filters, but still,
Yeah.
not everything is caught when you're filtering it out. But it's the main thing they say is there's so like most of what's burnt could be and should be handled differently before it gets to that stage. But it's just
Yeah. I guess that's
it's the easy option.
true. But it is an option. And I think it's like anything. It's
Better
purely
than the ocean.
economics. Yeah, it's better than the ocean. Landfill's still okay in general by making the freaking mountains out of it and making resorts out of trash hills and stuff. Although you can't build on it properly because you don't have the foundations because everything's sitting on trash. But the idea of making a recreational park because you make all these hills and covering everything with a couple feet of dirt, so the trash is all underneath there. It just forms the basis of a hill. And I guess you're throwing some trees and shit will be growing on it anyway. But I don't know. I think the alternative of burning, as long as it generates electricity and you get a better energy output than you do input, at least you have an economic solution. Okay, it may not be the best, but it's still a solution. And there was another thing we were talking about in recycling that was interesting besides beer and stuff. Now I lost my track of time because I just opened up a new beer, the new one, the Kilt Lifter. I want to see if my kilt lifts.
Give it a second chance because
Give
you were
it a
drinking
second
some of that
chance.
like a half a year ago episodes. You were drinking some of that.
Yeah. It's not the first time. And this is a good beer. It could be better. Once
Could
they
be better.
sponsor us,
All it takes
could
is
be
a phone
better.
call.
Yeah, just down the street, down a couple hours down the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah. So recycling. Maybe you were thinking about maybe like the having to clean your yogurt containers and stuff. If you don't actually clean them, how it's
Yeah, that
if you have
also
like
that
one
affects
one dirty
something.
one in the bag, everything else you
Yeah,
did
the
was
whole thing gets.
wasted.
But there was another issue that comes to mind where we were talking about recycling, all kinds of things
But it
that
comes out
are
like
very important.
it's just you all have heard me over the years. I'm not a gum mint guy. All right, I'm a
Mm-mm.
tinfoil hat kind of guy.
That's right.
But there are times when I kind of think like, man, you need the government to come in and say some shit. To say, here's the rule, here's the regulation. So, like you say,
Mm,
the milk bottles, right? Used to be
mm.
able to do it. Still, there are
Yep.
some fancy grocery stores here where you can
Yeah.
buy the milk in the
We could do
square
it here
bottle and
too.
you bring it
Yeah.
back and da 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 da.
Mm.
But almost nobody does because it's like, oh
It's
fuck, okay, who
yeah.
remembers?
Yeah.
But it's like things like one of our fancy little chains here. A year or 2 years ago, they brought in some potato chip making machines, right?
Mm.
Some kettles.
Yeah.
So their whole thing
Oh.
was, oh, okay. Everyone's complaining about the environment. And these bags are the chip bags are the fucking worst. There's nothing you can do with them. You can't.
No.
They're the most evil fucking thing you can think of.
Mm.
And people buy a lot of chips. So why don't we go back to here? We build the chips right here. What flavor do you want? We put the flavor on for you. Here's your, I don't know, paper bag or whatever. If I can take your chips, go. Right.
Mm.
After, so there, it's not a big chain. I think they have like 300 stores or something.
Mm.
And abject failure, completely
Mm.
failed. I don't know if it was the cost, the slow. I don't know what the issue. I wasn't paying attention to it at the time, but I didn't even know about this till after it was gone. I usually shop there. It's like, oh shit! If I'd
All
known,
right.
I would have been there, man.
And
But
it's
it's
all
like,
video chips. You get it. Get in a paper bag.
yeah,
When I was a kid, we used to get our chips and our pretzels, beer pretzels, in a big can, huge can. Again, delivered by the milk. I think it was by the milkman, or did they have a separate chip guy? I can't remember. I think it was a separate chip man that would come around with chips and pretzels and stuff, driving in a truck. Versus the milkman, and you'd have your little box at the front of the door, insulated box, and everything works. It worked well.
well, I guess there you go. That's true. Like a tin can
Hmm.
with the flimsy aluminum kind of thing glued to the
Yeah.
top, and a plastic lid on top or something. That
Hmm.
could work. Why don't they start doing that again? Like,
No, no, it was just plain old tin. Like you got tin cans for your cookies and stuff. And of course, you recycle it. Every grandmother recycles those suckers and makes them and then gives them out as gifts. We bake cookies, put it in, gives it to the neighbors as gifts and stuff. So yeah,
yeah, but I
I mean
mean, it's
there
like
are.
to send it back so that they can refill it with chips is what you really need. So I know, like 2 years, 3 years ago. So my daughter went to some big conference on sustainability or something, that her industry, right? And some guy who had a hot company, was booming like fucking mad, and was like the next big thing, was a guy who went to one of these old ideas, and it was taking aluminum containers,
Hmm.
and he had signed up a couple of brands for ice cream, Haagen
Okay.
Dazs and a few other brands that signed up, that it was going to be, they'll fill the ice cream, sell it in that kind of container, and when people get it home, you bring it back to the store, get your refund, and carry on.
Yeah.
Gone, disappeared.
Mm.
It's like getting people to bring it back. I mean, you go to the fucking store now. It's been, I don't
Mm.
know in the States, but here, I don't know how many years it's been since you have to bring your own bags to go shopping,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if
Yep.
you don't, you have to buy a fucking bag. So
Right.
everyone forgets to see people
Yeah.
fucking carrying bananas and tomatoes and the store because they forgot the fucking
I know.
bag. And I want, why do I
Exactly.
want to spend another $2 by it? I got 150 fucking bags. I don't want another bag.
Exactly.
So if we can't even remember to bring our own bags, how can we
Yeah.
remember to bring our ice cream tubs back?
Yeah.
So you
Of
got to
course.
go
Of
back
course.
to that on the route, right? It's like
Yeah.
you buy the route, right? And you got
Hmm.
your truck, and here's your route. And when you're done, it's like a business. You can sell the route to the next guy, to someone else.
Yeah.
So it's like it's an actual business. It's an actual
Yep.
thing that you've got that you can sell. Why don't
Mm.
we do that shit? Why aren't people, especially now, you got fucking electric trucks, your delivery fuel costs are like very affordable now.
Mm.
And every small business owner who does like a one-man show is working for below minimum wage anyway. So,
Yeah,
and
that's
I mean,
bad.
you look at the gig economy we've got going now with the Uber Eats and the
Yeah.
DoorDash and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
All of those,
Mm.
there's a pool of millions of people who are used to doing that now.
Mm.
You should be able to pretty fucking quickly and easily set up like, okay, you're driving
Mm.
for Uber and not making any money. Here, we're going to let you, oh, wise old bastards. We're going to let you buy a franchise from us. Give us money. to then not be able to make enough money to make a living.
It
Are
sounds
you
like
in?
yeah, I don't think that'll work. Not that description anyway.
Not that pitch. Okay.
Not that pitch. That pitch
But
is
that no,
bad.
that's
It's a
the
bad
that's the
pitch.
elevator pitch to the investors, not to the guys who want to
Oh
work
yeah,
for
yeah,
us.
yeah. There you go.
So the guys that want
There you go.
to independent, start your own business, be your own
Yeah.
boss. Have you ever dreamed about telling your boss to fuck off? You tired of that 9 to 5? You think you? How about for your kids? Would you like to
Yeah.
build something you could hand on to your family? You're building a
Mm,
foundation for wealth for generations.
that's right. By
That's
collective
that pitch.
garbage. Oh,
And saving the
recycle,
planet.
recycle. Sorry, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Recycle,
yeah.
recycle.
All of that. All of that.
Second chances. I mean, we just talked simply about a second chance in life, second chances in, recycling stuff and material and stuff. What else is about second chance besides, relationships, besides, material things? What else to get in the second chance? What's on the top of your head? Second beer? That's not a second
No,
chance. That's a second
the
beer.
thing that pops into my mind is like, all right, I'm going to address this to those guys in Alpha Centauri.
Hmm.
When you
You got to
came
bring
here
the
to
aliens in
visit,
here.
when you came here to visit us about
Hmm.
10 or 12,000 years ago, it was just at the end of the Younger Dryas. So we had just our civilization was pretty fucked at the time. Almost everybody was dead. With just a bunch of dudes running around in furs, chasing women in furs. I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't look very interesting when you came down to see us. I think you should give us a second chance. I think that
Yeah. Well,
your tourism dollars would be well spent to come to Earth. I think you could find some interesting things to do. We take you some brewery tours.
yeah, there you go.
There's a
Could.
lot of fun things you can do here now.
I still think we can make an alien pub here on Earth. No problem. If they come down here, we could have to teach them how to brew beer and see what they brew over there and create an outer space pub right
It's
here
a
on Earth. That
two-way
would be
thing. I
cool.
mean, we're willing to pay the franchise fee to you if you've got a great chain up there
Yeah.
we'll run one down here. It's a two-way street, man. So give us a second chance. Come visit us again.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be cool. But I think they did come down. I mean, how else were the pyramids built again? I'm sure they did help, but they didn't leave any beer. But the Egyptians did have beer. Had something like a beer. Maybe.
Stole the
Maybe.
recipe. Well, I mean, that's the
Ooh.
same. So give us a chance. That's the second chance. Come visit us again.
Yeah.
Second chance. No, it's the only one I care about. It's like, it's like
Second chance to go back to a pub that you haven't been. Second chance to go to the Bow Shop pub. Bow Shop restaurant with a beer or bathtub. We'll give that a second chance.
yeah.
But yeah,
I'm gonna do a little research. I would be
yeah. That would
shocked if
be
that's still there, but I would be
yeah.
equally shocked if we could not find a similar thing still going on somewhere in rural China. There's
Hmm.
one thing y'all got to
Yeah.
remember: China is
Hmm.
now it's bipolar.
Yeah.
Modern China makes Canada and the States look like a third world country. They're like
Hmm.
6,000
Sure.
story buildings with hover cars almost. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's surpassed a lot of
But
things.
yeah, I got the
But
maglev trains and shit. You don't get that in other
yeah,
places. Canada, the US, they don't have
no.
maglev trains. You know?
And then if you go deep enough into the countryside, you've still got China.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you got New China and you've still got China. So you will still find some
Mhm.
place who's just making the bow, and in the corner they got that tile tub with the leftover slop that they're selling. It won't be 5 Chinese cents anymore. Who knows? It might still be. It's just it's leftover slop water. It probably cost them more than that to be able to pour it down the drain to pay a fine. So it's just selling it to people. Maybe that's I want it. That's a beer hunter's mission right there to
There
find
we go.
a place like that. We know they
Yeah.
exist. I mean, all over the world. We were talking to George, and he was talking about was it Ethiopians
Ethiopians had some interesting
who made
places
some
too. Yeah.
really nasty roadside beers that he was
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Right?
Well, I had some, but it wasn't beer. It was roadside, kind of like a sake kind of thing, but it was actually oil palm. There's some kind of palm tree that
Oh,
they
like the
palm
Malaysian
sap.
stuff.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well,
Something like that. It was pretty nasty. It
That's
was not the
isn't it
best. Put it that
isn't
way.
it nuts when you had like
But I
I
mean, we're
remember
still
in
alive.
Malaysia, the worst part in Malaysia wasn't from oil palm, it was from coconut palm.
Coconut. Yeah, yeah,
So
coconut.
you
Yeah,
figure you
it's
got
a
coconuts. You're
toddy, they
thinking
called it.
Malibu. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
thinking
no,
this like,
no, no, no,
ooh,
no,
magic
no,
stuff.
no,
And they
no.
make this toddy from the fucking leaves. Like,
Toddy.
what's wrong with you? They got these balls of deliciousness right fucking
Yeah,
there. What are you doing with that?
yeah, exactly.
I remember when my
I
dad
know.
came out to visit in Malaysia. He was already, I don't know, his late 70s at the time or something. And he's not a drinker. He wasn't.
Yeah,
He's gone now. Let's see if he was drinking, he might
yeah.
still be here. But no, he wasn't a drinker. But went out to Port Klang, showed him. I had my big showroom in the factory out there
Yeah,
at that time. So I'm showing him that
yeah.
place.
That
And
was
just
shit. I love.
downstairs was some of these little
Yeah.
roadside restaurants and things. And one was toddy in those
Huh?
plastic bags we were talking
Oh,
about,
really?
right? You get
Yeah.
the toddy or the
Ah.
the water plastic water bottles.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just saying, okay, give you the whole Malaysian experience. Try this, try that. We go to 5-star hotels downtown. We're coming out here. Here's the lunch I have most days at this little place. It's pretty good. Try it. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
While we're here, I'm drinking a Tiger. So, you know what? You got to try this toddy shit. I mean, who fucking hates this? You can go blind. It kills people, but just for the experience, take a little sip, right? And it's like, I'm like, I'd been living there for 30 years. I'm like, oh. And my dad, who's 78 or something, doesn't drink. He's like, not bad. He drinks like a whole glass and we're like, the fuck? Even the other people sitting around like, hey, no, man, stop. What are you doing? It's like, what?
Well, the actual alcohol content is not that high. I mean, it's still fermented stuff. So you're probably talking about 8 to 12% alcohol, something like that. It's not like it's
But it's
distilled 45 or
I mean, just
60%.
because it's like you can distill your bathtub water too. Like, but why? It's like, why? There's so many
Yeah,
better things you could do
yeah,
or
it's true.
use.
It's,
Oh, and
oh,
it's like this from the fucking coconut tree. So that's why the
mm,
first time I had it, I didn't even take a sip. I had assumed that this was going to be
coconut.
like a chang, like in
Yeah.
I drank a lot of the barley chang in Tibet,
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like a. I knew it was
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
like sour, but I
Yeah.
figured like fuck, you're just fermenting coconut milk. Come on, this is
No.
gonna be great, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, it was not great. It was not great,
Yeah.
and it wasn't from the coconut itself. It's from the fucking leaves or something. It's like,
Yeah. No, I think it is from like flowers or something. I
or
forget what the
something.
hell they flower,
But
I
there's
think
a
it is.
second chance. Don't
Yeah.
waste anything.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
they
look at
use
that. There's a ditch running by here. We got some ditch water. What else we got here? Hey, we got a fucking leaf here.
that's now
That's
you
what's.
remind me what I was talking about. New water.
Oh, the
Recycled.
Singaporean new water. Yeah.
Ah, new water. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the one I was thinking about. It was on my top of my head. So you're taking sewage and turning it into technically drinkable water. Now, when I was a kid, little kid, still working in high school, when I was in high school, and I had a summer job in a local uh, Pennsylvania, some little small town, municipal town, they had the sewer system, right? And everything would go in there and have these big tanks and stuff, aerators, and all the microbes were there eating up all the shit. And it goes to another tank, and then finally it comes out and it has these little
Sludge.
great stuff. And no, this is clear. And he
Oh.
said, you could drink this. I said, I ain't going to drink that. It's like, I know it just came from over there, right? And I did tell you the time I was shoveling shit, and that was the same place. It's the overflow pits, where,
Yeah.
where the actual shit, big concrete things, 10 by 50 feet long or some shit, shoveling shit over the wall. But that was part of the same complex. But yeah, it actually came out clean water. But so you could use it, but of course they would use it for something else. Now, how do you collect it and change the piping system that doesn't feed into the normal piping system? You'd have to have a whole separate pipes to put in some storage containers, which I know they did that for some of the sludges where they would give it to the farmers in semi-processed sewer stuff,
Shit
and then they
water.
would spread on, yeah, ship water or something they would spread on their fields. So, but so basically, if you have a lot of that stuff coming through, you have to have a storage tanks that you can then move that into a different direction or something with to be able to use it as landscaping or whatever, not as drinkable water. Or it goes into the same thing and said, don't drink it. But technically you're allowed to. Or throw lots of shit in it like chlorine and all other chemicals where was
Why
going
don't
to
we do
kill us
this?
anyway.
Why don't we do this? Here's another idea to save the planet now. So the world's on fire all the time, right? And we can't just dump salt water on forest fires because it kills vegetation forever, right?
Yeah, the
And we don't
salt
want to
gets in the
spend the money
soil.
to do like reverse osmosis or something to get rid of the salt. So why don't we take some like big ass garden hoses from the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
run it over the mountains and out into the prairies,
Uh-huh.
and take some big old, you know, 5,000 square miles or something, dig it down 2, 3 feet deep, cover it in like black plastic, and pump seawater into it and let it just evaporate and then collect it like back in the Boy Scout days, right? You used to collect
Yeah.
water and drip it down and get big old fucking sloughs full of water out there of kind of mostly desalinated water to scoop up so when the next forest fire comes, we just use that water. And
Well,
here's how we make sure there's even less fire. We cut down to 5,000 square miles of trees to make that pit. So there's nothing there to burn. We're onto
yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
now.
Well, cut down the forest. You won't have forest fires. That's true. But
Oh
but that's
fuck,
not really
we
management.
could pave Canada.
Oh yeah.
Well, look at it. Actually, the last couple of years, the amount of forest fire action here is frightening.
Yeah.
And I mean, we as a country, we have been spending and taxing, and we've had controversy over forcing people to do things, but we've been really hammering on reducing emissions. And we industrially and
Yeah.
from our cars, we've reduced a lot, really a lot, and
Okay.
it's been a painful thing to do. But in
Mm.
general, people kind of agree it's necessary to do that. But then our forest fires happen and
Mm-hmm.
emit more carbon than
Then
we've
you're
saved by
saving
all these other measures.
for the past 5 years, probably.
So here's the weird thing. So we could probably actually just pave over the country
There you go.
and put like 250 million square miles of solar panel. No trees, just solar panels. And it would be better for the environment. There'd be less carbon because we're not blowing it in the air or something. It's like, that's
Yeah,
so
we
fucking
burn up all the
sad.
birds.
It's so fucking sad, man. I mean, trying so hard, and I believe it's necessary. Not everybody does, but I believe it's
I'm not a big
necessary.
fan.
And yet then something like that happens. You got the forest fire happens, and oh fuck, all the
That's
work
right.
you've done is just like fucking gone.
Yep, because the priorities are screwed up. And I'm a forester. I know this stuff. I mean, if you manage a forest right, you can cut it perpetually and it'll grow. No problem. If you fuck it up, you have to wait a lot longer. It will grow, but it takes a hell of a lot longer. So carbon is carbon, right? And if you burn it up, it goes back up. But I mean, I'm very, very skeptical that we're doing the biggest damage. I think global warming is always an issue. Can Canada save the world? Hell no. It's just one little country. Big country of forests. We're
Huh?
just sucking up carbon.
You don't think
You can't
so?
save the whole world.
Oh,
You
challenge
can't save the whole
accepted. We'll
world.
change the
Okay,
fucking world.
you
No,
change it, right? I
wait,
don't think so.
change it, kill it.
No, no, you
No,
don't want to change
what
it.
were we saying? What could we do? We
Save
fuck
it.
up the
You're
whole
supposed
world.
to save it. I
Save
might
it.
do that.
We're
How do you
supposed to
save the
save
world?
it?
You're supposed
Shit,
to
I should
save
have
the
read that
world.
more carefully. Oh man, oops. Hang
I
on.
don't think so. Shave it, maybe,
Oops.
but no. I
Shave
mean,
the whole world.
shave the world.
But I mean, it's an issue. I mean, and it's not even forest management anymore. It's like our forests are
You're not
so
managed.
vast that there's like lightning strikes happen, and it takes us
Yeah,
2 weeks before we even know that we got a place the
yeah,
size of Connecticut that's burning. It's like, oh shit,
yeah.
what's going on? How'd that happen?
It's a scale
We
of
can't
stuff.
even
That's
get
true.
there.
That's true. That's a scale. But if you had proper management where you have actual concessions that can make money up there, that can put in roads and manage it, log some of the areas, then the fire systems go down because they would take care of that. They would have systems to put out fires. That's just the way it is. I mean, if you're managing a forest, you're managing against things like forest fire. It's every forest I go into, I require that they have a forest fire management plan. I mean, that's a fundamental issue.
Show
And
me
then,
the fire
yeah.
extinguisher on what tree is it strapped to?
But yeah, I mean, there's a little bit more than that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot more in terms of how to manage fuel loads, how to have water when there's a dry season, access, how to break up the systems to have fire breaks, all that kind of stuff. Those are fundamental in forests. But a lot of people don't understand that in Asia. They really don't. When it burns, and even Canada, and even California, and in Arizona, it's the same shit. Very, very well educated universities, and they can't still figure it out. And it's only because they're battling between the economics and the environmental issues. So the second chance is to have the economics mixed with the environment. You shouldn't have both. I mean, you should have both, not one or the other. You have to have both. You have to have economic as well as environmental theme in your management systems. And you add in the social elements as well. So, but second chances. There is a new one for forestry in FSC, Forest Stewardship Council. They're giving you a second chance there. So if you were the bad boy, if you can't, the rule under FSC saying if you cut all your forests and planted trees after November 1994, you cannot. 94. Okay. You cannot get certified. But if the planted trees that you plant after could get controlled wood, but they could not get certified. Now they're saying, well, maybe you can, but you have to. We'll give you a second chance, but you have to do all this. What do you call it? Recompensation and rehabilitation and all kinds of stuff. And the system is they create an idea, but I don't think it's workable yet. It doesn't make sense in terms of how they want it to be done. So the idea of second chances are being put in. Before you didn't have it. Now they're putting it in. Okay. But is it logical? Is it practical? I don't think so. But we'll see what happens. But even international NGOs are very strong, saying, no. They're saying, well, maybe we can. So,
well, I'm going to give you a second chance now.
Yeah.
To tell everybody here today, to wish everybody a happy Star Trek Day, because you haven't done that yet.
It's Star Trek Day. Oh, cool.
It's Star Trek Day. International Star Trek Day.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me down some scotch.
Yeah. That would be cool. Is it possible to beam anybody? I love the Star Trek. Everybody else didn't do that. It was only Star Trek that had the teletransporter or whatever, where they break your body into little atoms and then reformed you. That would be painful, I think. I couldn't see that not being extremely painful.
Again.
Beat me up.
Again.
Beer.
What? Give me. I need a 12-pack and a bottle of scotch. Why? I'm going on a trip.
I'd be transported.
Yeah.
This is a to-go beer. One for the transporter.
Yeah, I don't want to feel this shit, man.
Anyway, I think we've done enough damage today. We've been. I don't know if today is that much funny. It's been interesting, but the comical aspects it's been a bit too serious today. We're not supposed to be so serious.
Give us all a second chance for next episode. We'll say something.
I think
funny.
so. Well, I think the previous one you will find a lot more funny, and I think we'll do that again. Work on AI. We have to theme on AI and delve into AI. AI called me weird, so I want to find out how she judges I'm weird.
All right, mate. So we're gonna do a second chance on AI, and we're gonna try insulting AI and see how well it insults back.
That's interesting.
If it's funny, it's great, like a roast. Being roasted is different than being like dissed. So I want AI to roast me.
We know we're not sure they have a sense of humor, so you better be careful now.
Roast me. No, exactly. Roast me. Shit, no. On that happy note.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody. Adios. Bye.
Until next time. Bye.